Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Whose drawing is that? Your drawing? Wait.
Waiting.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Hey, red 5-2, on here. Hey, exit. 47.
This man was a Saint for 3 years. It's Darren Sproles. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 24-yard line. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
25, check 25, check 25.
To throw, it's Wentz. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What's this on? 47 Mike. Okay, other side, solid. What's this on?
Throwing now is Wentz. And the Saints pressure gets him. Put down for a sack. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
Go.
Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
What's this on?
They'll run it with Sproles. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. On the return, it's Kamara. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Ready?
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. Shotgun now for Breeze. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On 2nd and 10. Breeze. Smith catches left side. 23 yards the pickup there.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams.
Looking for Gannon, it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
brings up
Here we go. Waiting.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking.
Okay. Right.
4th and 1. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. On the move to his left. Going for it all. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the...
Hey, what about my thing? You fix your thing. That's not fair. Oh, that was true. No.
Top side there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready. Yeah, we're waiting.
53 at the mark.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and that'll make it 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave it
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Breeze picked off by his former teammate, Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run with Howard, and he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Here's Breeze.
That was a pretty favorable situation.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Breeze. And his throw here is incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wentz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, 47. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On 2nd down, Kamara. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19.
General West. Watch the kill.
Now Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 19 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on second and 13. Wentz into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20, so get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium, and his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
33 yards that time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On play action, it's Wentz. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not...
And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Breeze going to throw.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Breeze now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. No, check. Hey, seam 6.
Now Breeze again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
81.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
What's your son? 47 Mike. Mike, 47. Heavy on the edges, What's your son?
On third down, this is Howard. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Kamara now to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just a ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone clusters. It's that guy got short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making a play because he goes on guard. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing in a defense situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.